Hi guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, thank you guys for stopping by. I do hope that you return. For those of you who are not, I really appreciate you guys coming back. In this video, we're going to talk about eyebrows and specifically how to fill in thin or sparse looking eyebrows. I know that this was a struggle for me before I became a makeup artist, and so I wanted to share my tips and tricks with you so you can learn to fill in your thin or sparse looking eyebrow, but at the same time making them look natural. So if this is something that you guys are interested in learning about, then keep on watching. Okay guys, you will learn this in 3 easy steps. I will show you how to fill in your thin eyebrows in these 3 steps. Step 1, knowing the right product to use. I'm using 2 pencils. One is a powdery pencil by Lancome. The second one is also a pencil by Lancome, but it's a defining pencil. I will go ahead and brush out my brows to make sure everything is going in the same direction. I am starting at the bottom of my brow. That's what you see me doing here. I'm really outlining my brows. When I get to the center, I will move from bottom to the top. Just like that. And to every step that I do, you will see me brush out the product. That's very important because you don't want the product to be building up and then that will make it look harsh. So every step that you see me do, I will brush the product out to make sure that everything is even. Now what I'm doing here is just connecting the front of my brow to the center of that brow or the center of my arch. Notice how I'm using my pinky as a guide. I showed you guys that because I want you guys to know that I am not using a lot of pressure when I'm using this pencil. I'm literally applying this product very gently. Now I'm moving on to the powdery pencil and I'm filling in the parts where I did not use that defining pencil. You notice how I'm showing you guys I am moving upwards when I'm at the front of the brow. This will make my eyebrows look natural, especially in the front part of the brow. This part is very important. I'm gonna measure my brow to make sure it frames my face perfectly. Ball of my nose, I'm making sure my brow starts where it needs to, right there. Now I'm going on the corner of my nose or the side of my nose and I'm going across my pupil to make sure my arch starts there. Just like that. Now on the side where my eyebrow is supposed to stop, I'm not going to stop it where it's supposed to be like way down there. I'm using the crease of my eye as a guide. Notice how I make my brow stop a little higher than it needs to stop. The reason is because my eyes are hooded. Drawing my eyebrows all the way to the end will bring down my eyes and make it look droopy. Because I have hooded eyes, I don't need to do that. My eyebrows need to be lifted. Doing this technique gives the illusion of lifted eyes. Just by the way you shape your eyebrows can either bring down your eyes or make your eyes look like they're lifted. So keep that in mind if you have hooded eyes. Step number 2, moving on to cleaning up the eyebrows. I will be using a concealer brush as well as a concealer. This concealer is the same color of my skin tone. The reason I'm doing this is because this will give my eyebrow definition and make my eyebrows look like it's very neatly shaped or trimmed. When you use the same color concealer like your skin tone to define the brows or to clean up the brows, you won't find a very harsh white line on your brow. I'm sure that you've seen pictures with people having extreme or harsh lines on the bottom of their brow or above their brow. The reason is because they use the same concealer that they use to add highlight as well as to create a lifted look to their brow. They use that same concealer above the brow. Now that is something that we don't do. If you do want to add definition to the top part of the brow, go ahead and use the same concealer that's exactly the shade of your skin tone, or you can even use your foundation. Those are just simple ways of how you can do that without making a common mistake that many people do. I do want to say, guys, if you find it difficult to choose the right brow shade, the rule of thumb that we follow as makeup artists is if you have light hair, you want to choose 1 to 2 shades darker than the hair color. If you have dark hair, you want to do 1 to 2 shades lighter than the hair color. Now the reason for that is because if somebody has dark hair, naturally their brows will be dark, so you don't want to add more darkness on top of it because it's going to look harsh. So if a person have light hair, their eyebrows most of the time is very light, so adding the darker color will just enhance them and basically bring them back to life. So those are the reasons behind choosing those eyebrow shades. Now I'm applying a lighter concealer shade to my brow bone. This is going to add lightness as well as lift to the brow. So if you guys notice, the way I placed that concealer wasn't all the way to the very brow here, but I gave a little space where I'm able to blend it so it looks natural. You want to keep that in mind. If you're using a lighter shade, put it a little lower than your actual brow hair. That way you have a little room to blend the product. This will make your highlight look natural and well blended. And I do want you guys to know that the concealer I'm using for lightness under my brow is actually 1 shade lighter than my skin tone. So because of that, the lightness that I will get under my eyebrows is not going to be too much. So you can use an extra shade lighter, like 2 shades lighter, if you wanted to give a little extra lightness and lift. Okay, now here I'm just measuring again. Ball of my nose. Make sure the arch is perfectly across in the pupil of my eye. And I'm making sure the tail end of it is falling exactly where those hood or the crease is in my eyes. Now because it's perfect like I want it, I'm moving on to step number 3. That is adding a brow gel. I'm using the one by e.l.f. And by using a brow gel, it will keep your eyebrow in place all day. And if you're a person like me that work really hard to make my eyebrows look good, I want it to stay that way all day. Okay, there you have it. Easy brows in 1, 2, 3 easy steps. Okay, let's try that again. Perfect brows in 1, 2, 3 easy steps. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are. I will see you guys in my next video, and do not forget to subscribe. Bye!